What day is it today, Sharon?
Day 8.
Day 8. And conceivably, if all goes well, our last day out in the backcountry wilderness of the Algoma Headwaters. It was quite chilly last night, but when we got up in the middle of the night, it was clear as a bell. You could see stars forever. And then it was really cloudy and a bit breezy this morning when we got up, but it's starting to clear up. It's around 8 o'clock now, I would think, and we're just getting ready to shove off. We've got a short paddle to the portage, and if I recall yesterday, the portage here was actually a really nice one into Mystery Lake. I recall indicating that I'd do it for fun one day, and I'm doing it for fun today. So, and then another short paddle across Mystery Lake, and then the portage into Island, and then Island Lake, short paddle to the 3-kilometer doozy of a portage back into Samo. So that's what our agenda is, and then the little quick jump across into Ranger, and then probably a 40-minute paddle in the Ranger, and then change the tire on Trixie, and then limp our way back to civilization. So hopefully it's a good day today. Hopefully you guys are having a good day as well, and we will check in if anything goes terribly wrong. Okay, so Sharon and I just practiced this ritual that we do just about every morning that we thought you might want to take part in. So this boot was, I wore all day yesterday, obviously. It's done me so well, but it's fallen apart. This trip has been murder on our boots. But this boot weighs about 3 pounds heavier than it normally does because it's still completely full of water. Because it rained all night, all afternoon and into the evening yesterday, so we didn't have an opportunity to dry them out. We couldn't make a fire or anything. So yeah, this boot is just completely soaking wet, and the favorite part of everyone's day is slipping your dry, warm foot, oh, there you go, into this wet boot, and then tying it on to your godforsaken foot for the rest of the day to just fester and slosh around. Look, you can even see the laces are still wet. So yeah, this is my favorite part of the day. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do this. Like anybody who says they don't want to do this is crazy. Because this is how we camp. All set, friends. Okay, Dolly. Say goodbye to the nice cabin. Well, we didn't see the cabin. We just saw the porch and the lawn underneath that beautiful, gorgeous white pine. But we certainly enjoyed our time spent there, more so than we enjoyed our time getting there yesterday. Portage number 1 complete, just as fun as I remembered it. What's that, babe?
Portage number
I don't think so. I think probably more like 30 if we include all the other portages on the rivers. Anyway, it's a nice little portage. So we're going down to Island Lake now. Short little paddle, shouldn't take us too long. This is where all the beaver lodges were, right? All right, so here we are. We're going to do a double carry here at the end of Mystery Lake, because we remember this portage as being pretty intense, bro. And now it's even more intense because of the rain over the last couple of days. Makes it pretty soggy in here. Yikes. So definitely glad that we're doing this as a double. Because we have that 3-kilometer portage. That's the next one after this one. So, and that's going to be a single carry because it's 3 kilometers long, and that turns into a 9-kilometer walk if you try to do it as a double carry. So we're not going to do that. So, plus we've already done it once, and we're a bit lighter this time through, with less food and all that. So yeah, we're going to do this portage and try not to pass away. I remember this being a tough portage. It was mostly uphill, obviously, coming the other way, but man, it is beautiful in here. And there's the most beautiful part coming right now. Hi, Dolly. It's pretty in here. It's really nice in the sun, eh?
Yeah. It's nice to have the sunshine.
Yep. Even though it comes with a bit of wind. And this port is not as hard when it goes downhill. Last time it was uphill and it was like, yuck. No problem. This is easy now. This pack probably only weighs 75 pounds. We're toughened up. We're like leather. Our psyche is like leather. Anyway, we'll finish this portage. Something else that we just noticed, Cher and I, on our leisurely stroll through the forest there, picking up our second load. I'm not sure if we mentioned before, but the first deciduous trees that are leafing, that are opening their buds, have been the poplar trees and the aspen trees. And that's why you can see some of them up there. That's why they're like the tallest deciduous trees in this particular forest. They just shoot up, and they were about 10 days ago, they started, just before we started our little trip here, they started to open up their leaves. And the maple and the birch had all just still had their buds. And then literally just today, not yesterday, just this morning, all the maples that we've come across and all the poplar, you can even see some of the poplar, or sorry, birch, not poplar, up there are now actually opening up their buds. So like literally in one day, all the maple and all the birch are leafing. So that's super fun. You saw it here first. Well, you saw it second, we saw it first, and then you saw it. Not bad. Friends, so we're just at the takeout from Island Lake to start this fun, it's all about mindset, this fun 3-kilometer portage into Samo. And we actually just ran into a fella who was camped out just on that island over there from Atlanta, Georgia. And he had made it in last night. Apparently he made it to the lake just in time, but then while he was setting up, he got a little bit wet with that rain that, well, as you guys know, we got absolutely soaked and frightened by the lightning. But yeah, so he's up and he's planning to get up to Megasin via the west of Biddadong as well. So we told him about the love nest. We didn't call it that because that would be weird. So we just told them about the one nice campsite on the entire Abinadong River, and told them about being careful on the pushy water. Seemed like a really nice guy. So we're going to do this portage, and I don't think we're going to bother you too much with video because you've already seen a lot of it, and it's going to be boring for you the second time through, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be boring for us too. Not really. Okay, cool. See you in a bit. I promised you I wouldn't bore you with the particulars of the portage, but it was smooth. We only stopped for about maybe 60 seconds to rest our shoulders there, and here we are. That was a lot easier on the way back with half as much food and no booze. So now we've got a, hopefully, it looks like a cross tailwind coming across Samo. And we're going to meander our way through this sort of boggy section, hopefully get some photos of some mergansers that we missed last time because we were so darn loud. Anyway, only one more port to go, and it's basically a cakewalk. So we'll see you at the other end of Samo, or before if something cool happens on the way. There's the takeout toward Ranger Lake. Finally at the end of Samo Lake. That was a long paddle. Hey, Cher? Goodness gracious. Much of it with a headwind, a lot of it with the side wind, and then this last little bit with a nice tailwind that we really, really appreciate. So yeah, we're going to take out here, final tiny wee little portage, and then we're changing tires and driving home. Oh, yep. Oh, there's a merganser. Didn't even notice her sitting in here. Cool. Figured I might as well. We're double carrying this. I might as well show you the last portage of this trip. I can't even count how many. I'm going to say probably 30, 35, 40 maybe portages in total. And this is the last one in its entirety, and it's a beauty because it's a very short, and it's like a double wide trail. It's like a side-by-side trail. That was a long paddle down Samo. We're hoping for a relatively easy paddle. It's not too far, maybe 40 minutes to the car. We have some treats in the car too, which is super fun, that we left ourselves as a sort of a prize at the end of a long contest to see if you can stay alive in the bush. And if you do, you get Doritos and coffee crisp when you get into the car. We're coming up on the lodge. It used to be a lodge, now it's just a sort of a cabin for these three gents and their families from Michigan that we met about a week ago when we came in. It was Kevin, Ryan, and Mark were their names. And yeah, they're from the Traverse City area. Super nice dudes. And they have a nice little lodge. Bit of fixer-upper for the guys. But looks like they're up for the challenge and they're looking forward to it. Here we are, back where we started on Ranger Lake. Oh yes, it's got a pretty noisy whirlybird. you can hear. But we're going that way, just around the bend to the right, and to the government dock there, where we can get into the car, put on the old flip-flops, relax a little bit after we change the tires. The one tire on Trixie, of course. And here it is. That was the maybe the easiest portage of the trip. And the guys actually had offered, last time they had offered to bring our stuff over for us, but we said, no, not necessary. Howdy, how's it going? Hey gang, okay, we made it back as much as Ranger didn't want us to. We were almost windbound there. We knew there'd be a chop coming up from the south end, but that was pretty intense. We had a couple of 2-foot waves anyways, so it was right on the edge of where we wouldn't have felt comfortable anymore. I got a little snippet of video, but it's not going to be very good, but I'll show it to you. But yeah, Cher was bouncing pretty good, but she did awesome. We did well. We're here. We are now stationary. We're off the water for a little while now. All we have to do is Operation Fix Trixie. She's got a flat tire that we knew about when we left, but now we've actually got to go ahead and change it. So, for those of you who stuck around, I'm sure this is actually going to be a series. It's not going to be one long video, but for those of you who stuck around to the very end and stayed with us and enjoyed us, please, I guess, give it a like and share with your friends. And from Sherry and Jay, now you guys know.
This is how we camp.
All right.
See you next time.